Greetings, YouTube. In the past week, two different commenters have mentioned the concept of polyamorous relationships. One commenting that they would just simply like to know my thoughts on the idea of a polygamy or a polyandry relationship, one woman and multiple men, or one man and multiple women, depending how you like to mix that up. Polygamy is the most common term where most people think of polygamous relationships. They think of a male with multiple wives, whether the wives know or don't know about each other. Polyandry, however, is a relationship where you have one woman and multiple male partners. And the overall generic term, polyamorous, meaning multiple people in a relationship together. And the other person, Scalogrim, I believe it was, brought up that a recent study said that polyamorous relationships may just be the best for humans as a species, as in like we're apes and we function best in relationships that are a little less rigid than monogamy. I think he said that the study showed that actually a single woman with multiple male partners, like two, I think he said specifically, might be the best mix. Now, I've been involved with polyamorous relationships in the past. All of mine were the polygamy variety, as in it was myself and multiple women. And I've tried it, really made an effort at it twice. And in both cases, it didn't work for me. I'm not saying that it can't work for anyone else. In fact, go with the gods if you can make it work. It's just for me, it is a magnitude more magnitude higher level of complexity than having a relationship with one person. It isn't just twice as hard, it's a whole lot more than twice as hard. Because there are so many things going on. It would really take a degree of openness and honesty that I think is hard to pull off with even a single person, and when you're including another person in that, it just makes it, even more difficult. I'm not saying it's not possible, not workable, and I'm glad there are people that can do it, because I think the whole concept of relationship that is that dynamic really does present some interesting and some fascinating ideas for what relationships are and what they can be. And I should point out that polyamorous relationships, at least to me, are different than multi-partner sexual encounters. Sexual encounters are just that. They can be for love or for spite. They can be just for recreational. There's a lot of different reasons to have sex. But establishing a relationship is a much grander, much more complex, much more involved process. Frequently, relationships grow out of sex, and sometimes sex grows out of relationships. It's a two-way street. But I've had 3 multi-partner encounters as far as actual classic threesomes are concerned, and in all 3 of them they were a single male and 2 women. Though I had 2 occasions where we came very close to having a relationship with 2 males and a single woman. One, the woman, I felt she just got nervous because she didn't know what to do with the situation. She was like, this is strange, even though it was not threatening, and she just had to back away. That's life. And the other just got interrupted. Things like that happen sometimes. But I am fully supportive of anybody that can pull off a polyamorous relationship. If you can invest the time and the emotional energy to it, and you can make it work, I'm happy for you. I think it's an important step in our developing relationship with each other and as our development as a species, that sometimes you have to understand that not everyone is going to fit inside those little boxes that we like to put them in. I've discovered that monogamy works the best for me, but that's just me. And I support anyone's desire who wants to be in a monogamous relationship, or anyone whose desire who doesn't want to be in a monogamous relationship. The key is you have to be open, you have to be honest, you have to really understand who you are and understand to the best possible degree you can who your partner or partners are. to have a functioning, healthy relationship. And like I said, I consider it enough of a challenge to do that with one person. I am not up to the task of doing that with more than one. Maybe it's a game for the young, I'm not sure. But I just don't think I'm up to it anymore. But I would be interested in hearing what my viewers have to say. Do you think that relationships that involve more than two people are positive, negative? Do you think that they're just too complex for you? Do you endorse other people in being involved with them? You even think the concept of threesomes is a little too radical, that you want nothing to do with that kind of thing. And I can respect a person that wants nothing to do with that. It's your gig. I've encountered people who want to have monogamous sexual relationships. They only want one in their entire life. Statistically, the average American will have 13 sexual partners in their lifetime. And 95% of Americans will have premarital sex. So that's some actual data, which I don't know where you fall in that spectrum. Do you think that is the right number of partners? Do you think it's too many? Do you think it's too few? I'd be intrigued to see. I don't have a lot of female subscribers. I know I don't have a lot of female viewers. I'd be interested in hearing what women have to say on this topic, because a lot of guys are going to be like, I'm going to have multiple partners. It's a lot more complex than you think it is, folks. It may be a nice idea, but when the rubber hits the road, things are a whole lot different. But I'd really be interested in hearing what women have to say about this topic. I know I have a few female subscribers, so if you're one of them, I'd be interested in hearing what you have to say on this. And yes, that is a cat.